Alright, so for this game we have what is pretty much almost a straight sequencing game. There is one slight curveball in that the number of people doesn't quite match the number of spaces, but outside of that, yeah, we just have 7 kind of spaces, well, days in this case, to work with. So we have the days themselves: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And the elements themselves are G, H, K, L, N, and P. And yeah, so we only have 6 people here. Now they do tell us that each of the doctors has to be assigned at least once, which means that there's only going to be 1 duplication. So one of these people is going to go an extra time, and then everybody else is going to go once. So the rules. So the first rule says that the doctor assigned to Sunday must also be on Saturday. So that takes care of the duplicate positions anyways. So Sunday has to be the same as Saturday. And I guess everybody else, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, will be your singles. Next, we're told G must be assigned to exactly 1 day. So G goes exactly once, and I guess that means that he is not going to be then on Sunday or Saturday, because that's going to be a double. Next, the day to which G is assigned has to be immediately next to a K. So essentially, I guess we can do something like, if you have a G, then you will have to have a GK block in some direction, one way or the other. Now, this should start raising questions, because we know that there's only going to be 1 G, right? Does that mean that there's only going to be 1 K? And strictly speaking, no, that actually seems like we could actually have another K, because wherever you put the G, yes, you'll have to have a K go alongside it, but then you can have another K that is entirely disconnected from any G's, right? This rule doesn't say that a K requires a G, rather it says that a G requires a K, so K could exist independently. Now, for that to work, of course, you would have to have a G somewhere near the edges, right? So you could do that, though. Like if the G goes on the Monday, then the K could go on Sunday and Saturday. Or inversely, if the G goes on Friday, then the K will go on Saturday and Sunday. That potentially could work here. Next, so the second last rule tells us that H cannot be immediately next to N. So effectively, H and N cannot be consecutive. And lastly, P has to go on the Tuesday. And I guess we can just kind of plug him right in. P goes right there. So in terms of, I guess, deductions, well, that last rule, it does... Actually, I guess it doesn't really restrict G that much, because arguably G still could go on the Monday and then the K will go on the Sunday, or G could go on the Wednesday and K will go on the Thursday, and of course G can also go on Thursday, Friday, so that's actually kind of open. I mean, H and N, they can't be next to each other, but I mean, it seems like there's a lot of room for them to maneuver around, so I don't think we can do much more with that. So you know what, let's take a look and see what we can do with what we have. So the questions themselves. So the first question, as usual, is our exclusion question. So we always go by the rules. First rule is that Sunday and Saturday have to be the same. So going through the answer choices, A looks good. B has a different person on Sunday and Saturday, so we can get rid of that. Answer choice C has them the same. D is the same. E is the same. So that's taken care of. Next, there's only supposed to be 1 G. So going through the answer choices, A looks fine. C looks fine, D and E look fine. To be fair, this was kind of related to the first rule, so if everybody went at least once, then this should have worked anyways, but just in case. Next, if we have a G, we're supposed to have a K right next to it, so answer choice A has a G with no K next to it, so we can get rid of answer choice A. Next, C has a G with a K, G with a K, G with a K, so the other answer choices are good. Next, H and N cannot be next to each other, so that easily disqualifies C where they are next to each other. Answer choices D and E both look good on that end. And lastly, P has to go on Tuesday, which for the record happens to be the 3rd day in the list. So that would get rid of answer choice E, in which P is the 2nd day on the list. So the best answer choice here then becomes answer choice D for number 18. Next, question number 19. If N is assigned to Sunday, well, I guess let's see what we can do with that information. So if N happens to be on Sunday, and of course P as usual is on the Tuesday? Well, first of all, the other N has to go on Saturday because Sunday and Saturday are doubled up. Next, what else do we know? So we can't have the H next to the N's. Now, that means that we can't have the H on the Monday and we can't have the H on the Friday, but I guess H can move around between Wednesday and Thursday, perhaps. Well, we also have the block though. So the GK block, G has to go somewhere and K is going to go alongside him. In fact, since N is your double, then you're just going to have a single G and a single K. Now, the GK block is going to have to go somewhere either Wednesday, Thursday, or Thursday, Friday. But you'll notice that Wednesday, Thursday is not really going to work because if you place the GK block on Wednesday and Thursday, then the H is going to end up next to N, either on Friday or on Monday, which means we can't really do that. So the GK block, we don't know the direction, but it's going to basically take out positions Thursday and Friday, which then means that H is actually going to be on the Wednesday, and that fills out L to go on the Monday. So question number 19 now asks, which of the following must be true? A, H is on Wednesday, and well, actually, yeah, H does have to go on Wednesday. That takes care of number 19. Just in case, H is on Thursday, that's definitely false. Answer choice C, K is on Thursday. I mean, that could happen for the record. K and G could kind of shuffle back and forth here, but it doesn't have to happen, so that's still out. D, K is on Friday. Same thing. We don't know exactly where K goes. He could go on Friday, but it doesn't have to. And L is on Wednesday. No, L is currently on Monday. So once again, best answer, number 19, is A. Next, number 20. If K is assigned to Thursday, well, let's see what we can do with that. So if K happens to be on the Thursday, what does that effectively mean for us? Well, first of all, that means that we're only going to have one K, and the G is going to have to be next to it, right? So G is going to effectively be either on Wednesday or on Friday. Except that HN kind of restriction. The thing is, if we place the GK block, the G specifically, on the Wednesday, then what would happen? I guess we could still split out H and N across Monday and Friday, and then L could go on Sunday and Saturday. That could be your double. So that actually could happen. Or, of course, you could place the G on Friday, in which case we have a lot more flexibility because one of H and N will go on Wednesday, and that'll take care of automatically this rule right here. So I don't think we can do much more with this information. Let's see what we can do with what we have. I mean, worst case scenario, we can split this later on with G on Wednesday and G on Friday, but maybe we have enough to kind of run with it for now. So the question itself asks, each of the following could be true except, so what right now cannot happen? Answer choice A, H is on Friday. Now, could we have the H on the Friday? So if we place the H on the Friday, then naturally G is going to have to go on the Wednesday, which is fine. And then arguably, yeah, you could place the N on the Monday so that H and N are separated, and L would be your double. So that seems like it would be okay. Answer choice B, L is on Sunday. In fact, that's the same thing. We just said L could have gone in that scenario on Sunday and Saturday. So that seems very plausible. Answer choice C, L is on the Wednesday. So can we place L on Wednesday? So if we place L on the Wednesday, then what's going to happen? Well, G naturally is then going to have to go on the Friday because he has to be next to the K. And, oh, that's going to run into a problem now. So if L is on Wednesday and G is on Friday, then one of H or N is going to double up on Saturday and Sunday, but then the other one is just going to go on Monday, which means they're going to be next to each other. So that's not going to work. The best answer choice to question number 20 then is C. Next, number 21. If L is on Wednesday, well, again, let's see what we can do with that information. So if L is on Wednesday, what does that effectively tell us? Well, first of all, I guess we have to accommodate our GK block to some capacity, although I feel like we have options here. Well, if we place the G on the Monday, let's start with that, then K is going to be your double, and that's not going to work because H and N are going to be next to each other, so that's not going to fly. If we place the G on the Thursday, and then the K ends up on the Friday, you're going to end up in a very similar situation because then one of H or N is going to double Saturday, Sunday, and the other one is going to go on the Monday, so that's not going to work either. In fact, it looks like the only way to make this work is to place the G on the Friday so that K doubles up, and then we can split the H and N. So it looks like that'll have to happen. So G will have to go on the Friday, K will have to go on the Saturday, and the Sunday, of course, and then H and N will be able to split Monday and Thursday without touching. So the question itself now asks, which of the following could be true? Answer choice A, G is on Monday, definitely not. Answer choice B, H is on Sunday, definitely not. Answer choice C, K is on Friday, nope, that also can't happen. Answer choice D, N is on Sunday, that also can't happen. And answer choice E, N is on Thursday, and yes, H and N could split between Monday and Thursday. Best answer to number 21 is E. Next, number 22. If L is on Thursday, well, once again, let's see what we can do with that information. So if L is on Thursday, what does that tell us? Well, again, we're going to have to accommodate a GK block somewhere, right? So, I mean, G definitely can't go on Wednesday. That's out of the question because there's no space for K next to him. So either we're going to put the G on the Friday with K on the Saturday, or we're going to place the G on the Monday with K on the Sunday, which means actually you'll notice that no matter what, K is going to be on Sunday and Saturday because those 2 days have to double up. So whether we put the G on the Friday or the G on the Monday, K will be your double. Now from here, I guess we have a little bit of flexibility. G is obviously going to be on Monday or Friday. I guess Wednesday is going to be one of H or N. We don't know quite who is who. And then the other one will go on the other of Monday and Friday, whichever one remains open. So the question now asks, which of the following must happen? A, G Monday, and I mean it could, but it doesn't seem like it has to. Answer choice B, H on Wednesday, and again it could, but it could seemingly be an N as well. C, H on Friday, similar issue, we don't quite know that. I mean it could be the N on Friday or G even. Answer choice D, K is on Sunday, and yes, K is on both Sunday and Saturday, so that must be true. Best answer to question number 22 is then D. Lastly, our one global question. So any of the following could be true except, so what cannot possibly happen? Let's take a look. A, G is on Friday. Now, we've seen history where G is on Friday, so that definitely could happen. So answer choice A easily gets disqualified. Next, B, H is on Sunday. Well, you'll notice that, I mean, we haven't seen H on Sunday actually, so maybe, I mean, and it would have to double up on Sunday, Saturday, but maybe that could work. Let's leave that open for the time being. Answer choice C, H is on Friday. Now, we haven't explicitly seen that, but we actually kind of did, because in that last scenario, we said G could have gone on Monday, and then H and N would have split Wednesday and Friday. So that very well could have happened. So answer choice C, we can disqualify as well. Next, D, K is on Sunday. We've definitely seen that, in fact, several times. Next, EL is on Friday, and we haven't quite really seen that, or really an opportunity. I mean, maybe it happened, or it could have happened here, but we haven't, that's far from confirmed. So we're just down to answer choices B and E. Now, I guess to be fair, H does have an extra restriction on him because H and N can't be next to each other, so there might be something going on there. Let's take a look at B and try that one out first. So could we place H on Sunday? So if H goes on Sunday, that effectively means that H would also have to go on the Saturday as well. Now, P, of course, as usual, is on the Tuesday. Now, we still have to maintain the GK block, so arguably, we can't really place the GK block on a Wednesday, Thursday, because N would end up next to H, but we could seemingly run the GK block on Thursday, Friday. Actually, yeah, we kind of have that as a very similar situation here, except instead of N on the Saturday, Sunday, we would have had H there. Actually, yeah, this would have been the exact same scenario, just inverted. So, yeah, if we place the GK block here, then N is going to have to go on the Wednesday, and L ends up on the Monday, in which case that looks like it could work. So, perhaps it's the other one. Let's take a look at answer choice E. L is on Friday. Can we place the L on the Friday? Well, if we place L on the Friday, what does that mean? As usual, P is over here. Now, the GK block. So the GK block is obviously going to go either Monday, Sunday, or Wednesday, Thursday. Oh, except, yeah, we're going to run into a problem either way. So if we place the G on the Monday and the K doubles up on Sunday, Saturday, then H and N get stuck together. And alternatively, if we lock out the GK block on Wednesday, Thursday, then one of H or N is going to double up in Sunday, Saturday, and then the other one's going to go on the Monday. So they'll still be next to each other. So that doesn't work. So looks like the best answer to question number 23 then becomes answer choice E.